side. So this is a nice little routine you can do as a rider, as a little warm-up before you ride. We often think about what we can do for our horses to warm up, especially if we're schooling, but we don't necessarily think about what we're doing as a rider, and it is equally as important. You're both a team, and to warm ourselves up is just going to give us an advantage when we get on the horse. So no equipment needed for this, so you can do it anywhere, at the yard, at home, just before you go out to ride it. It's just going to activate the correct muscles, glutes, deep abdominals, and get them firing so you are good to go when you're on board. So we'll start with our feet hip width apart, and we'll get the whole body warming up. So squatting down, bringing our arms down and then up, reaching nice and tall, bringing those arms backwards, coming down into that squat again. Thinking about our position, don't let those knees go over your toes. Good, breathing in on the way down, out on the way up. And thinking about our feet, imagine our feet are in the stirrups, so we're pushing equally through the heels and the balls of our feet. Good. And again, you can do this as long as you need to feel yourself warm up. If you need to do it longer, by all means, do it longer. Good, last couple. Breathing in and then out on the way down. Fabulous. Bring those feet nice and wide apart and sink down a little bit so you're into a nice squat. Think about your position. So we've got shoulders over hips and ankles. Hands as if we're riding, holding the reins. And we're going to do some nice pelvic imprints or pelvic tucks. So bring that belly button in towards your spine, tuck that belly button under. Get that nice pelvic movement. Not compromising the position above our lumbar spine, above that lower back. Feeling solid through the legs as well, so we're not moving the legs, the hips allowing that rotation. Lovely. Breathing in and then out to your neutral. If you need to do this in front of the mirror just to see what your neutral's like, by all means do. Good, last couple. Great stuff. Right, let's come with our feet hip width apart. Hands on hips to start with, just gives a bit of feedback. Shift your weight over to your right leg, allowing that left leg to move. From here, feel nice and solid, a little soft bend in the right knee. That hip, that left hip is going to come up towards our left shoulder and back down again. So again, that nice hip hitch. Just beware you don't collapse through that right leg and shift the hip out. Keep that nice and strong. You're really going to feel it in those glutes. It's also going to get deep abdominals firing, so pull that belly button in, and also thinking about our side muscles. Good, last one on this side. And then switch over to the other side. Soft bend, pull that belly button in, right hip coming up to that right armpit, right shoulder. Good. Timing your breathing with the movement. In and out. Good. Soft bend, last couple. Lovely. Shifting your weight back over to your right. A little bit of a squat on your knees, so it just gives that base of support. Left leg comes forward, and then we're going to come round and in front. Circling round, you can trail your foot, drag it round. Just make sure it's really coming from here, so you're not moving our trunk. Trunk stay still, pull that belly button in. And you can vary it a little bit. If you're dressage, think about sitting nice and tall. If you're a jumper, hinge at your hips, come forward, get your back activating as well. Just as important. Good, switch sides. Coming back and forward, jumper variation, dressage variation. Thinking about your knee. Don't let that knee collapse inwards, push it out. Lots to think about, but it's just getting all the right muscles activating. Lovely, last one. Fabulous. Last exercise, bring those feet nice and wide apart, point those toes forward, sink down into a nice deep squat. Hands or palms facing upwards, elbows into the side, and we're just going to go side to side. So it's going to open up our hips a little bit, especially through the adductors, the inside of your thigh, but it's more of an active stretch. Good. Think about your position as well. So I'm just going to lean forward slightly, then you can vary it. Dressage riders, come up a little bit taller. Jumpers, come a little bit further forward, getting those back muscles activated. You can bring in some shoulder movement with it as well. Thinking about pinching shoulder blades in together. Activating those muscles in that upper back. Good, so you should feel a little bit warm now. Good. And last one. Fabulous. So there's a nice little routine you can do before you ride.